Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to our celebration of a real milestone for CCBC and the CCBC Foundation. My name is Bill Flanagan. I'm with the Allegheny Conference on Community Development, as well as hosting a TV show on Channel 11, WPXI, on Sunday mornings, our region's business. And it's my pleasure today to help facilitate our program and to welcome all of you here to CCBC. See a lot of familiar faces in the room from industry, from government, from the community college itself, and it truly is a really exciting day certainly for Beaver County, but really for our entire region. At the Allegheny Conference, we've been working on capturing the opportunity related to our enormous shale gas reserves for the better part of a decade, and certainly have been involved with Shell Chemicals from the very beginning of their exploration of opportunity here in our region. And in the 10 years or so that we've been trying to understand what the opportunity could mean for all of us, we came to understand that it really is about a lot more than enormous natural gas reserves, however deep they are underneath all of us. And it's about a lot more than the technology to bring it to the surface. And it's even about more than the technology to take that gas and move it someplace or use it to make things. And our region needs much more than the natural resource. We need the human resource. It's going to take people. It takes people to get it out of the ground. It takes people to move it where it needs to go. It takes people to use the technology to turn it into something useful. And ultimately, that's where today's announcement fits in and why it is so important to the future of our region. We need to develop the people that we need to fully maximize the opportunity. And that's something those of us in economic development can't do. That's something industry can't do on its own. It really takes a partnership between industry and higher education, education from pre-K through 16. To be able to capture the opportunity that's ahead of our region. So it's with that backdrop that I'm really excited to be here on behalf of the Allegheny Conference and celebrate with all of you today. It's beyond a historic moment and milestone for our region as a whole. This is also a pretty historic point in the campaign for CCBC. It's the first comprehensive campaign in the history of the college, which has been around for over 50 years. So during our program today, we're going to pause to recognize the impact that CCBC and all of its partners are having here in our region today. And with that in mind, it's now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Chris Reber, President of CCBC. Please join me in welcoming President Reber.
Thank you, Bill. Good morning. It's wonderful to have all of you here on this really special day for our entire community. The Community College of Beaver County is truly an organization that transforms lives. I always think about how blessed I am, and certainly my colleagues who work in education are, to be involved in an enterprise that changes and transforms lives. Our ability to excel and be all that we can be at CCBC requires strong partnerships that guide and make possible everything we do here to support our students and our community. Here with us today are many of those partners, and I'd like to recognize some of them with more to follow later in the program. I would ask, as I recognize you, please do not be bashful. Please stand as you are able so that we can all see and thank you. Hopefully we can see. First, I want to thank our CCBC sponsors, the Beaver County Board of Commissioners. So with us today are Commissioners Sandy Egley, whom I might mention is a CCBC alumna, and Daniel Camp and Tony Amadeo. Commissioners, thank you so much for your sponsorship, your support, and advocacy for CCBC and your leadership for our community. Thank you so much. CCBC's trustees, who were appointed by the county commissioners, have full corporate authority for all of the college's operations, and they provide tireless guidance, leadership, advocacy, and support that make everything we do possible. With us today are trustees Brian Gelb, Pam Johnson, Ed Palumbo, and Steve Robinson, and we're delighted that former CCBC trustee and board chair Helen Kissick is also here. Trustees, will you please stand, and thank you for your tireless leadership. I'd also like to recognize our community college partners with whom we work closely to ensure a regional collaborative approach in our collective shared commitment to promoting workforce development, economic development, and quality of life for the region's citizens. Western Pennsylvania is indeed blessed to have a strong network of engaged community colleges working together to serve our region. We are one region, and we are united in our commitment to the region's welfare. So today, I'm honored to welcome 4 of my community college friends and colleagues: President of Community College of Allegheny County, Dr. Quentin Bullock; President of Butler County Community College, Dr. Nick Newpower; President of Westmoreland County Community College, Dr. Tuesday Stanley; and President and CEO of the Pennsylvania Commission for Community Colleges, Elizabeth Bolden. Please join me in welcoming these community college leaders and friends. Thank you for being here. Several months ago, I'm sure many of you saw the announcement of our historic Bridges and Pathways College partnership of CCBC, Penn State Beaver, Geneva College, and Robert Morris University. The partnership is a response to the Beaver Valley's rapidly changing economic identity and our institution's collective vision to serve the educational, workforce, and economic development and quality of life needs of residents and businesses in our shared community. My CCBC colleagues and I could not be more proud to partner with our sister colleges and universities in order to provide seamless progression for students among and between our institutions, shared scholarship funding to help students afford attending our institutions, jointly sponsored cultural and educational events, and the potential to create a regional innovation hub through the strong leadership of Penn State Beaver, among other collaborative initiatives. So please join me, if you would, in welcoming and thanking Dr. Calvin Trout, President of Geneva College; Dr. Jennifer Cushman, Chancellor of Penn State Beaver; and Dr. David Jamison, Senior Vice President and Chief Academic Officer at Robert Morris University. Thank you, colleagues. For the past half-century, CCBC has reached steadily increasing levels of excellence in achievement and service to its students, the community, and local businesses. Also instrumental in our ability to achieve excellence are members of our regional legislative delegation who advocate tirelessly for the college and the larger educational community. Please join me in welcoming and thanking United States Congressman Keith Rothfuss, State Senator Camara Bartolotta, and State Representatives Jim Christiana, Jim Marshall, and CCBC alumnus Rob Matze. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your public service. I'd also like to recognize several regional leaders here today who provided strong support for economic development throughout Western Pennsylvania through their leadership at the Allegheny Conference on Community Development. You've already met Bill Flanagan, Chief Corporate Relations Officer for the Allegheny Conference. We also want to thank Dave Rupersberger, President of the Pittsburgh Regional Alliance, and Patty Horvitich, who is Vice President for Business Investment for the RLA. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your leadership. Also here today is Mr. Skip Homan, who's chair of the Beaver County Partnership for Community and Economic Growth. Skip, thanks for your vision, leadership, and your tireless dedication to our region's growth and welfare. Thank you, Skip. I'd also like to recognize a very successful entrepreneur who cares deeply about our region and whose work has inspired me and many others. With us today is Mr. Chuck Betters, CEO of CJ Betters Enterprises. He's here with his son, daughter, and grandson. And we want to thank and recognize Chuck for his generosity, vision, and passion for the future of Beaver County. This has had a palpable impact on our region's and our college's progress and success. Thank you, Chuck. And I'm also pleased to welcome and thank Dr. Jim DeNova, who's Vice President of the Claude Worthington Benedum Foundation. Jim is a tireless and skilled leader and advocate for our region, and specifically for CCBC, where I'm always happy to point out he worked earlier in his career. And when he was at CCBC, that is when he gained all of the intellect and creativity and passion and leadership that he exhibits day in and day out for our region. Welcome back, Jim. Thank you for your vision, generosity, leadership, and for our friendship. Jim. And I'd be remiss if I didn't recognize and thank two gentlemen whose leadership a number of years ago helped ensure the college's organizational and financial strength and its growth and success today and moving forward. They are Mr. Dan Donatella, former Beaver County Commissioner, and Mr. Del Gettiger, former Chair of the CCBC Board of Trustees. Together they worked to reshape the college's structure and create a foundation for county sponsorship that has had an indelible impact on the college. Unfortunately, Dan is very sorry that he can't be here today, but Dell is here. Dell, thanks for your enduring support for CCBC and your leadership for our community. Thank you very much. And I really would love to go on, but I know cold is already telling me, keep it moving. So I truly thank everybody for the role that you have played. We're all on one ship, and we think it's rising. In The Power of Thinking Big, Mark Wynn wrote, "If we underestimate what we can achieve in the long term, we underestimate our true capability. The higher you aim, the higher you will go. Big thinking gets you big results." Now is the time for all of us to think beyond the here and now, to think and plan for a future of enormous opportunity. Last May, we completed the celebration of CCBC's golden anniversary at the 50th anniversary gala held right here in this dome. We celebrated 50 years of life-changing service to Beaver County and the region through education. At the golden anniversary of CCBC, we recognized a half-century of accomplishment, but we also challenged the campus and the community to think bigger and dream of all that CCBC could be, indeed must be, in the next 50 years. So please join me now in watching members of our community imagine CCBC at the time of our 100th centennial anniversary. Thank you.
In the year 2067, what will happen here at the community college?
It'll be amazing. I'm thrilled to see the growth that's happened recently, and I can just see it going even further.
I just see CCBC still being here working and just having really great programs for other students in the future.
In about 50 years, I'm pretty sure this college will progress to its highest rate. They have a good academics team, a good support staff, and they have a wonderful library with a plethora of books for students to choose from to be able to complete their classes to its full extent.
In 50 years, I see CCBC growing and expanding because knowledge and education will be imperative in tomorrow's world.
CCBC will be looking forward to the next 50 years by keeping their finger on the pulse of what's happening in Beaver County and making sure that we have affordable education and preparing our workforce for what comes into Beaver County in the future.
Affordable education is so important, and in 50 years from now, it's going to be even more important to our community.
I hope that CCBC in 50 years is very data-driven and focused on planning to make the CCBC experience better for its students.
Robert Morris University is proud to partner with CCBC to ensure that residents of Beaver County have multiple paths to earn a college degree. Students who transfer from CCBC are among our best here at Robert Morris. The next 50 years promise to bring an economic renaissance to Beaver County, and we will be proud to work with CCBC to produce a skilled and engaged workforce and enlightened citizens.
Probably a lot bigger with a lot more different classes because things are going to be changing around so much.
When I'm 69, I believe CCBC will have everything digital and paper will be non-existent.
In 50 years, I see CCBC as a virtual reality.
I see the school moving forward in progression. There's nothing we really can't do. You know, it's a blessing to be here.
One of the most important things is our future, and I think we have a president right now who is looking to the future. I look at some of the plans and programs we have. I think it's so important.
I see the college in 50 years being a center for innovation, entrepreneurship, and technology, where business folks gather to share ideas and spur one another on.
I'm so excited about this partnership between Penn State Beaver and CCBC, and I see that really growing and solidifying over the next 50 years. Also with other institutions of higher education through the Beaver Area Higher Education Consortium, so that together we can cultivate these educational pathways and also foster educational and cultural initiatives for the good of Beaver County.
My dad graduated from here in 1885, and I'm going here now, and I assume 50 years from now my grandkids or nieces and nephews would be graduating from here.
If the first 50 years are anything like the next 50 years, it's going to be very, very exciting here in Beaver County. I'm very proud that the county commissioners have been able to provide support for the college. It's providing a vehicle for us to provide workforce investment, training programs for young people as well as old people. I mean, it's just a great place for people to go to school and at an affordable cost.
At Geneva, we're incredibly grateful for the Community College of Beaver County. And we're grateful for them, first of all, in our community, we need them as a starting point for so many people that need to get started in education and have a great start at CCBC. Because of that, we're thankful for the partnerships that we have with CCBC, partnerships in important programs to both of us, like aviation and engineering and business. And so we're glad that CCBC is here and looking forward to the next 50 years.
If the first 50 years are as great as the second, it's going to be unbelievable change. I get the pleasure of driving by every day at CCBC and seeing the changes they've only made in the last year is very substantial. I think what's important for CCBC is that they're sending a message to the high school students that it's okay to go to CCBC. It's okay to stay local until you decide what you want to do in your future.
But the next 50 years are going to be even bigger and better. The college is definitely aligned with the workforce development needs in the county that's coming up. We have a great leader and a staff who has the foresight of creating new curriculum, new opportunities for the local high schools here. And it's just going to be a great scene for the local kids to stay close to home and get a great secondary education.
Shell has a great partnership with the Community College of Beaver County, and in 50 years I anticipate over that time frame our relationship will grow and the community college will continue to supply people with training that will help them get great paying jobs here in the county.
I think we're going to be able to compete on a level in 50 years that is just going to be very exciting. I can see the growth every day and the changes every year since I've been here. So I can't imagine what 50 years later is going to be like.
In 50 years, I believe CCBC will be a think tank of innovation and a catalyst for growth in the region.
In 50 years, CCBC will still be the leading educator in Beaver County. Everyone needs education, whether that's from community college to vocational to university.
So 50 years from now, I think nursing will be more technologically advanced and we can do more from home.
The community college, I would love to see the future of this college be that we're now the center place for practical nursing and all nursing.
So I see CCBC actually growing and developing into one of the premier places to be in Beaver County.
I truly believe that education is a pathway for social change. Therefore, the things that our CCBC is doing today is going to make an impact in Beaver County in the near future.
It's an honor to work at CCBC because our mission is so focused on providing transformational, life-changing opportunities. We have students that are able to finish high school with a part of their or all of their associate degree finished, students who are able to transfer to any four-year or graduate program in the country, and we're increasingly focusing our doorway to opportunity on all parts of this region, including making it possible for students to break out of poverty, for students from underprivileged backgrounds to find a meaningful, family-sustaining, satisfying future. All of it is possible because of partnerships, because of our whole community making it possible for CCBC to provide the doorway to opportunity through scholarship support, through support that allows us to achieve excellence in a way that will continue to change lives exponentially as we go on.
Here's to 2067.
Wishing for a forward-thinking campus focused on a positive learning environment
for all.
And now please welcome Colt Codner, Executive Director of the CCBC Foundation.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you again for being here with us today, and welcome. What you just heard was a future that our faculty, staff, and students envisioned. Dreams and aspirations for where CC could be at our centennial anniversary in 2067. Today, we're proud to share that the future they envisioned in this very dome less than a year ago is becoming a reality today as a result of many of the partners that are in this room now. Also at our gala, we formally launched the campaign for CCBC, the first comprehensive fundraising effort in the history of the college. At the time of the campaign's launch, we had less than $3 million committed towards our $12 million goal, a goal of securing $12 million to provide our students, faculty, staff, and community the resources they need to be ready for the opportunities of tomorrow. And today we celebrate a historic milestone, something we'll share far more about as the program continues. But today we also pause and celebrate our donors that have helped make this happen and to share even more. It would be remiss if I did not take an opportunity to recognize our phenomenal foundation board. These are tireless servant leaders that are committed to advancing the mission of CCBC and the CCBC Foundation. They don't serve for the spotlight. They serve because of the impact we have here in this community. So I'd ask you please join me in thanking and recognizing the phenomenal leadership that we have on our foundation board. The message that we've talked about is imagine the impact we will have together. When we're talking about our campaign, it's not about investing in our students or CCBC or even just Beaver County alone. It's imagining what we can achieve together that can positively impact our region. And today, we also pause to celebrate the donors that got us to this point. As I said, when our campaign launched, we had nearly $3 million committed towards that goal. And that's as a result of long-standing supporters and donors to our foundation that helped make that possible. We're fortunate to have individuals like Del Gettiger and Chuck Betters here with us today. Long-standing corporate partners like First National Bank, Lincoln Learning Solutions, and Nova Chemicals that were early investors at the beginning of our campaign. And partnerships with our many Wolves clubs here in the region that helped provide a solid base that allowed our campaign to successfully launch. And finally, our faculty and staff. Not only do these individuals serve our students in the classroom and dedicate their time and talent there, many of them reinvest their own personal resources into the CCBC Foundation because they see firsthand the life-changing impact that those investments have. Now, last June, we were proud to announce a $150,000 grant from the Claude Worthington Benedum Foundation. This is an example of the impact we can have together. This grant empowered CCBC to develop and convene the Tri-State Energy and Advanced Manufacturing Consortium. This consortium is bringing together more than 55 partners across 27 counties and 3 states, uniting Western Pennsylvania, Northern West Virginia, and Eastern Ohio with a common agenda and common objectives, ensuring that education, workforce development, economic development, and government are aligned around the table, meeting the needs of our industry partners, and guaranteeing that Western Pennsylvania will have the advanced manufacturing workforce we need to fully realize the opportunities of tomorrow. And when we talk about positioning our region for success, another phenomenal example of the impact we can have together is our nationally distinctive High School Academy program. Today, we're fortunate to have Joyce Sorelli, Dean of our High School Academy program here, to provide an overview on the life-changing impact this has. Please join me in welcoming Dean Sorelli to the stage.
Thank you, Colt. First time I feel really tall. I'm proud to share that our vision at CCBC is to lead, educate, innovate, and inspire all. To achieve fulfilling this vision, CCBC launched High School Academy programs in 2015 with our signature Aviation Academy. Today, our academies serve more than 170 students across 40 school districts in Western Pennsylvania, preparing students for high-demand careers in aviation, healthcare, STEM, engineering, process technology, and beginning next year in 2018, criminal justice. The High School Academy program at CCBC is an innovative dual enrollment program for high school juniors and seniors where students have the opportunity to explore careers in a high-demand field and receive hands-on instruction from college faculty in both lab and classroom settings, while acquiring the critical thinking and soft skills, problem-solving skills that they will need to be successful in their selected pathway. Additionally, students who devote 2 years of study to the program will graduate from high school with 1 year of credits towards CCBC's associate degree program, or they can transfer credits to one of our educational partnering universities and colleges. Through partnerships with more than 600 four-year college programs nationally, many Academy graduates can complete a bachelor's degree in 1 year. Partnerships are the fuel that drive this programming. Working with our K through 12 partners, higher education and industry, we have been able to reimagine the pathways that our students will take to these high-demand fields. And as a result, our philanthropic partners, we have been able to amplify those partnerships for an even greater impact. With a $1.5 million gift from Lincoln Learning Solutions, we have been able to establish a $1 million scholarship endowment for our Academy students and $500,000 for startup funding for each of our academies, allowing us to launch an academy a year. I would like to thank Lincoln Learning Solutions President Bob Clemens and Vice President George Pacinda for helping us launch our vision. As a result, our partnerships, our high school academies have been able to achieve an unparalleled success. Last year, we celebrated 86 graduates from our high school student academies, and we are beyond proud to say that out of all 86 graduates, 100% have continued on to post-secondary education and the military. Providing the framework and inspiration for all future high school academies, including health, STEM, and the newly developed Criminal Justice Academy, our Aviation Academy set CCBC on a course which has led us to a nationally distinctive educational model. This lets young people in Beaver County and truly beyond begin to soar. Please join us as we firsthand see what makes our academies so special.
At CCBC, I can fly.
At CCBC, I can fly.
At CCBC, high school academy students can fly.
Well, my dad is actually a captain pilot for JetBlue. So he was kind of like my influence, and I just like, oh my gosh, like, hey Dad, there's a aviation program at CCBC, and he's like, oh yeah, I know, it's one of the best.
It's really engaging. Sometimes we go to the flight simulator. Sometimes we actually go out to the tower and watch them.
The high school students are getting a huge advantage of getting that jump start and the financial savings.
It feels pretty good to get the credits earlier rather than later. Gives you a jump start, gives you some confidence built up beforehand.
I actually am one of the only students to apply for a presidential scholarship, which pays for 2 years free tuition.
A lot of parents have vocalized that in their junior and senior year at high school that the grades were sliding and the kids appeared to be disconnected, but then they came here and fell in love with something. And then they get it.
One day I went from, not being able to make it to today. The lowest grade I have so far in CCBC was like an 86. So like I'm doing really good in all my classes.
Opportunities for employment are going to be a short-term issue where they're going to be 21 years old and flying for an airline already or a corporate entity.
They got to put forth a huge effort, and you can just see it slowly and slowly and slowly developing and growing, and then all of a sudden the light bulb comes on, and it's a beautiful experience to watch.
At CCBC, I can fly.
I've been able to see firsthand the life-changing educational experiences our high school academies provide to our students. And others are also seeing that impact firsthand. The Grable Foundation of Pittsburgh last fall awarded a grant of $10,000 to CCBC. That grant is bringing more than 500 high school freshmen and sophomores here from Western Pennsylvania to experience the opportunities our high school academies can offer to them. This is more than a lunch and learn presentation, though. They're coming in for high-impact, hands-on educational experiences. They're working in a process technology education lab. They're going into our nursing simulation lab, providing care to high-fidelity mannequins. They're going into our aviation program and flying drones, and they're walking through a mock crime scene to learn about pathways in criminal justice. Additionally, many of you may have saw that we were recently recognized by American Airlines. We were fortunate, out of 600 invited organizations, to be one of 10 recognized as a leader in innovation for aviation education. That recognition came with a $25,000 gift to further expand our high school academy model and bring additional students to our Beaver County Airport to learn firsthand the opportunities careers in professional pilot offer them. But imagine the impact we can have together. Imagine if we take a nationally distinctive, best practice high school academy model, and we partner with one of the region's largest and most well-respected contractors to address one of Western Pennsylvania's most pressing workforce challenges. Imagine the impact we could have. That's exactly the conversation that we've been having with John Mascaro Jr., President and CEO of Mascaro Construction of Pittsburgh. We've been talking about the challenges facing the construction industry and how you recruit a young, engaged, diverse workforce into those multiple career pathways they offer. How can you get them to understand the great opportunities that our wonderful unions present here for apprenticeships here in the region? How do you teach them about construction management and engineering opportunities as well? What we've found is that we have a phenomenal partner in John Mascaro, Mascaro Construction, and the Mascaro family. And today we're excited to announce that the Mascaro Construction Company will be investing $500,000 here at the Community College of Beaver County to create the Mascaro Construction Academy. Again, this is an example of the impact together. Working hand in hand with one of the region's leading contractors, we'll make sure that Western Pennsylvania has the construction workforce that it needs to fully realize the opportunities in front of us. Building upon this idea of preparing the region's workforce, a phenomenal example can be found in our process technology program. This is a program founded on partnerships. For more than 4 years, we've worked hand in hand with industry, government, the philanthropic community, and even the National Science Foundation to launch a regionally distinctive process technology program. Please join us as we share a brief video that highlights the history and the impact of that program.
We take the community in our title very seriously. So by our very mission, our focus is all about the community, meeting the needs of this region and seeking to do things that add value rather than competition, and doing things in partnership with others that we couldn't do on our own.
Right now, we know that Shell is going to hire 600 employees when that plant's built, and they're in 3 main buckets: engineers, process technicians, and maintenance. And the college is working in all 3 of those areas and working closely with Shell.
There's also going to be a domino effect that will follow. Other industries will be growing, and we have to be prepared for it.
Other companies like BASF, Nova, First Energy, they're seeing the baby boomers who they hired in the 70s, they're retiring. Some of these companies, 50 to 75% of their employees are retirement eligible right now. So there's going to be a great need to replace this existing workforce. These are highly technical positions. People are being required to not only run a plant, but understand how a plant runs and know the why instead of just what to do.
With all the environmental regulations, the safety regulations, the students need more than just 2 weeks on-the-job training and go out and do this job.
This is not 1950. They're not going to be digging ditches. They're not going to be pushing carts around. They're going to be interacting and interfacing with billions of dollars worth of highly technical equipment full of hazardous chemicals that are either going to make a pile of money or bankrupt their employer.
Our students are afforded real-life experiences here at CCBC. Oftentimes, students get an opportunity to have instructors that come from industry teaching the classes. In addition, students have the opportunity to go on tours, do job shadowing experiences, and internships as well.
When you see a program such as this, that CCBC is reaching out, and I felt obligated as a industry representative to be a part of that. And I know that I had some fellow colleagues, not only within my company, but other companies in the surrounding area, to help nourish this program and get it off the ground so that we can all be successful and we can help the community, and others that come after me.
I've been in this industry now for about 33 years, so it's my time to give back. And if I can help these guys, these students, understand process technology with what I've learned, I feel it's a good contribution.
Oh, we've met dozens of industry professionals. I mean, even from our teacher standpoint, we've had teachers from Alcosan, the Water Sanitation Corporation, from First Energy, Nova Chemicals. CCBC's done an amazing job as far as really involving the students with the leaders, getting to meet and greet with people from BASF, among other places as well.
One thing about Beaver County that impresses me is their commitment to excellence. They are determined to find out what the industry wants, what the customers are going to need today and tomorrow, and they're really focused on meeting those needs.
This program has helped me prepare for the future because it helps you get a head start on any career opportunities you would like to do, especially hands-on. So when they heard that they had it, it was great for me because I only live right down the street, and also I'm in Beaver County.
10 years, I see myself at one of these companies with a steady job, steady pay, and I have a steady life, something I can support myself with and continue on.
I'm very confident that as soon as I graduate out of here that I'll easily find work in any one of those companies.
I'm ready to get my degree and I'm ready to start my career.
These are exciting times at CCBC, and what a great opportunity we have as a college and a region, and it's very exciting to be a part of.
Well, I think where we are today here in Beaver County is just a new start. When we left here, the jobs were gone, steel mills were closing down, all the auxiliary businesses were in trouble. It was pretty sad, and now you can just kind of feel the excitement that something big is about to happen.
And CCBC will be right there in the forefront.
I feel fortunate to have an opportunity to work at the college and to help put Beaver County back to work.
Now please welcome John Goberish, Dean of Workforce Development and Continuing Education at CCBC.
Thank you. Every time I see that P-TECH video and being in an event like this today, I'm struck by how far this program has come in just 4 years. This program was conceptualized during some of the earliest conversations with leadership from Shell, conversations about the potential workforce needs if an ethane cracker plant were to become a reality, and discussions about the actions we could take to prepare our region for the opportunities of tomorrow. Over the course of the past 4 years, we have benchmarked our process technology program against the nation's best programs. We visited community colleges in the Gulf Coast area who shared their insight and their best practices with us. We've partnered, as you've seen in the video, with the North American Process Technology Alliance, NAPTA. They're the standard bearer of process technology education providers, and their business and industry and community advisors helped us develop this program. Currently, CCBC is the only NAPTA-associated P-TECH program within a 300-mile radius of Pittsburgh, and we're positioned to fulfill a critical workforce need for the region. We've had phenomenal partnerships, as you've seen on the video, that have helped develop the P-TECH program to what it is today. More than 40 organizations dedicate time and talent to developing the curriculum and educating our students about an incredibly complex industry. While there's critical need for process technicians in the petrochemical industry, feedback from the CC Process Technology Advisory Board has demonstrated considerable diversity of industries interested in supporting the development of an advanced manufacturing workforce through this process technology program. Partners like Nova Chemicals have committed to a $60,000 scholarship endowment to CCBC students that are involved with the P-TECH program. However, their partnership has grown beyond just philanthropy. Nova Chemicals has also developed and piloted an internship program for our P-TECH students that will provide them hands-on learning while they're still in the program. Additionally, we've been incredibly fortunate to receive investments from partners including CJ Betters Industries, Shell, Chevron, BASF, Ecolab Nalco, ECI, Total Equipment Company, and Alcosan. And last fall, we were honored to announce a $1 million donation from the Allegheny Foundation to fund the Phase 1 expansion of the process technology program and to build the lab out and to meet the workforce needs of our region. So, in collaboration with our partners, We are working to ensure the region is prepared for tomorrow's job opportunities. Thank you.
And now please welcome Hillary Mercer, Vice President, Shell Pennsylvania Chemicals.
Thank you, Bill, and thank you, Dr. Reba and CCBC leaders for inviting me to participate here this morning. I've been the senior leader for the Shell Pennsylvania Chemicals since about August last year, when I actually moved to Pennsylvania. And I've already seen, even in that short period of time, I've seen the benefits and the fruits of the relationship that we already have with CCBC, even in that short time I've been here. And of course, that relationship didn't start when I arrived. That's a relationship that's been ongoing for many years now. And I think in that time, we've forged a really special relationship. And the reason for that is because Shell places really special emphasis on developing local talent to help us in the future of our business. And CCBC has been a critical resource and will continue to be a critical resource for us in those pursuits. And we recognize that even before we made the final investment decision to build our ethane cracker and polyethylene plant here. We've been doing many, many positive things together for the betterment of the entire community. From orchestrating training sessions for the military veterans, to hosting job skills expansion here in the Dome, to supporting each other in outreach events in the community, CCBC and Shell have proudly worked together, as I said, to better our community. But it all starts here at CCBC and CCBC's overriding mission to create job opportunities for its graduates. Related to that core mission, I know we have some very special guests with us here today, winners of last year's Shell Process Technology Scholarships. And later this evening, Shell and CCBC will rejoin forces for a dinner to honor this year's winners, some of whom are also here. To all our scholarship winners, welcome and thank you. Thank you for your interest in Shell and also in the greater industry that I'm representing here. We return your interest in us with an interest in you and in your future. We're really honored, I think, to be literal investors in the future, in your future, both as individuals and also as professionals who will benefit our industry. But we're not stopping there. We've done things in the past, we want to do things in the future. So that's why, really, I'm here this morning, because I'm very pleased and really proud to announce that Shell will provide further support to CCBC, and particularly to the Process Technology Capital Campaign, which you've heard about. And in so doing, we've agreed to make an additional donation of $1 million. Thank you. It's a great day for CCBC and for Shell, and I think for the whole of Beaver County. So now I'd like to invite Dr. Reba to come up and take the check.
Well, thank you, Hillary, for those kind words, and on behalf of our entire region, thanks again to all of your colleagues at Shell for this transformational gift to CCBC and the CCBC Foundation, and it's all about our students. So this is truly an historic day for CCBC. The success of our process technology program has led to a campaign to expand our lab with additional world-class equipment and the additional space necessary for the program's continuing growth. We're well on our way to raising the needed funding and moving forward with 2 phases of the facility's expansion. In recognition of this $1 million gift, and more importantly, the holistic partnership we have forged with Shell over the course of the past 4 years, our CCBC trustees and I are proud to announce that we will name our new, expanded, nationally distinctive process technology facility the Shell Center for Process Technology Education. This name will forever acknowledge a partnership that goes far beyond philanthropy. In addition to the nearly $1.3 million of Shell's philanthropic investment at CCBC to date, our partnership has many other dimensions, as Hillary also noted. Together with Shell, we've worked hard to educate the region about the opportunities that will be available as a result of the expanding energy and advanced manufacturing sectors. Our shared goal has been to ensure that local talent is prepared for the jobs that are on the horizon, and that educational programs are designed and offered for the local workforce in order to take advantage of these opportunities. Indeed, our process technology program and other collaborative efforts we're preparing the workforce to fully realize the impact of this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity in our region. Already, our students are graduating from the process technology program and garnering positions in industry, earning more than $60,000 per year to start with full benefits, but also with the opportunity for considerable future salary increases and upward educational and career mobility. Our associate degree credits will transfer fully and seamlessly into partnering 4-year degrees that can then springboard as far as a doctorate if a student wishes. The expansion of CCBC's process technology facilities will ensure that our program continues to grow, not only to address the short-term needs of the region, but also to develop the long-term pipeline of advanced manufacturing talent that our region requires. And the announcement of today's investment by Shell is more than an investment in CCBC and more than an investment in Beaver County. Indeed, it's an investment in the future of our region and the Commonwealth. Governor Tom Wolf shares our excitement for this investment and celebration and what it represents for the region and the Commonwealth. Now, please join me in watching this video message from Governor Wolf.
Good morning, and thank you for allowing me to join you. This is a great day for CCBC, Beaver County, and all of Western Pennsylvania. I have said many times that businesses will come to Pennsylvania if we invest in education and job training. This generous donation by Shell does just that. It's an important step in the college's capital campaign to help people get the skills and the credentials they need to work for Shell and the other employers that will come here. It's also another sign of the progress we're making in Pennsylvania to create a brighter future for today's students and tomorrow's workers. Thank you to Shell for your commitment to the Commonwealth, not just for your investment in this plant, but also for your commitment to training the hardworking people here. And congratulations to Dr. Reber and the Community College of Beaver County. Your school is a leader in job training, and your multi-year collaboration with Shell has made this investment possible. The county, state, and Shell have partnered together on this project since 2011, and the creation of family-sustaining jobs remains our focus. Today marks another important milestone toward that goal. Thank you to CCBC and to Shell.
So we had promised to share some exciting news today, and I think we've certainly delivered on that. And thank you again to our incredible donors, organizations like Mascaro Construction for your investment and trust here in the Community College of Beaver County. Organizations like Shell for your longstanding partnership and support of developing a program that is transforming the workforce of this region. And as I said, we're at the midway point. Between the work that we've done over the course of the past year and the announcements we've shared today, we're officially at nearly $6 million towards our $12 million campaign goal. And while we pause to celebrate today, today is also a day to galvanize our direction as we move forward. And tomorrow we continue our march forward towards the vision that we've set for CCBC. We've talked about the Shell Center for Process Technology Education. We're nearly halfway towards our $4.5 million budget for that project. Our Phase 1 expansion, with the support of the Allegheny Foundation, many industry partners, and Shell, will be up and running this fall, welcoming more than 70 students as that program continues to grow. Additionally, we're in active design towards our Phase 2 addition to the program. This will nearly quadruple the size of our process technology facilities, allowing us to meet the burgeoning need here in Western Pennsylvania, Eastern Ohio, and Northern West Virginia. And we also have another unique opportunity. That's our library, the CCBC Learning Resource Center. This is more than an academic library for our students here at the college. It serves as a true campus hub for the community. In addition to our faculty, staff, and students, it also provides the community library for the area. So we serve everyone from the ages of 2 to 80 and everything in between. And it's an opportunity for us to create an active, engaged learning environment. Imagine what we could do if we create a state-of-the-art library that's flexible, responsive, and provides opportunities, not only for what our region needs today, but more importantly, what it needs for the future. Additionally, our library houses one of the region's only conference centers. Our goal is to completely modernize and update that conference center to provide a resource here for Western Pennsylvania. But ultimately, everything we've talked about comes back to our students and the impact it has on them. That's why we build these facilities. That's why we make these investments. So we talked a little bit about our gala, our 50th anniversary. And we'd received this note from an alumna, Mary. She was unable to make it to the gala, but wanted to convey firsthand what her experience here at CCBC meant to her. Mary says, "Without CCBC, I would not be where I am today, and my kids would not be where they are today. It not only changed my life, but it changed my family." And that's what education does. That's what community colleges do exceptionally. We provide the front door to life-changing educational experiences that put our students on a professional trajectory that forever changes their lives and forever impacts their families. And that's why we've launched the campaign for CCBC, to ensure that our students, faculty, staff, and our community has the resources we need to fully realize the opportunity that awaits us tomorrow. And so I ask all of you once again, as we thank and celebrate our donors, to imagine the incredible impact we will have together.